Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Phoenix Club. Yay.
Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of the Phoenix Pod.
It's the Phoenix Pod. Pull off into paradise.
Oh, it never gets old.
Possibly I know, but it might be for the last time. Because this week we are he might squeeze it in just for the fuck of it.
I don't know whether I want to retire it or not.
Yeah, fuck it. But yeah, we're covering. It's the last episode of Phoenix Nights officially.
We come,
unfortunately,
to the end of the road.
All right, shut your mouth. I wasn't saying.
I'll be a bit of voice for
the none of us were there for the live show, were we? Unfortunately, so
No.
Legit at the MEN, but so
No, that was a shame. We wanted to go, we couldn't go. Maybe if they bring it back, you never know. If there's enough demand for it.
Well, they were meant to do the charity screenings, weren't they? Phoenix Nights. I think that got canned on the head because of COVID.
Yes, it did, but I'm hoping it comes back.
So yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll be first there.
So
maybe we should get a stand outside and do signings.
I'll just turn up with shirts on and be like, "Oh, you're the Phoenix Pod guys!" Like, yeah, like,
yes, we are.
Like, shit.
Oh, you're the Phoenix Pod guy, are you? What's are you SSF? Yes.
Paddy-mcguinness going, are you that Phoenix Pod lads? Yeah. Ooh. Come here, lawsuit. That'll ding dang do.
I've paid someone how much? $8,000. Got some real gangsters.
Of course, I am your host once again for the season 2 finale of Phoenix Nights AXC, joined once again by a man who is half a man. Bollocks, that was way off.
Flinders again.
My fault. I am a gamer, and like any good gamer, I'm going to blame lag. So lag is my excuse.
Right. Okay.
He's stupid. He's allegedly sexy, and he's called Flinders. It's stupid, sexy Flinders.
Yeah, stupid, sexy Flinders, and it feels like I'm wearing a Jim Beam t-shirt. Nothing special this time. I feel like, though, I should be wearing some sort of suit and tie, it being the season finale. Something formal.
Well, to be fair, none of us are wearing suits and ties. But if you'd have told us, I'd have dressed up for the occasion.
I know we needed a dress code. We needed a dress code, but no, the memo wasn't exchanged. So, unfortunately, we just come with scruff bags as per usual. Oh, just me in general, really. So, hey. I'm off camera. You can't see. I'm slightly.
I'm in my £1 round the house Ant-Man t-shirt I got from Florida.
Nice. I've got my very old Jim Beam t-shirt that has a dinner badge on it, which I did not see until now. So, awesome. I am a scruffy fucker.
And the other voice you can hear, he's our resident Stowaway. Drinker of Kamikaze Lager. It's the Stowaway Lewis Ogden.
How's thou doing?
We're doing fine.
Hey.
In fact, well, a moonwalk some, but life's a shit house.
I'd love to be able to moonwalk, but unfortunately, I'm not light on my feet.
I just wish I was light.
Life isn't that fun that way.
This is true.
But at least you have feet.
This is true. Feet don't work.
Stumps would be weird.
Yes, they certainly would.
So anyway, episode 6.
Yeah, episode 6, season 2. Was there a title for it? 'Cause I never caught it.
Stars in Their Eyes, I believe it was.
Yeah, it's like Stars in Your Eyes something. Stars in Your Eyes, I think it's called.
Yes, it might be Stars in Your Eyes.
Yes.
Oh, apparently the poster says Stars in Their Eyes. But I think Jerry announces it as Stars in Your Eyes. So
yeah.
Yeah, I think Stars in Their Eyes is the name that they've chosen for the actual event. But I think the episode is In Your Eyes.
Dodging copyright like Neo there.
Yeah.
Absolutely. At least it's not like you say. This show as it is now. I mean, talent-wise, was much better than the abortion that was the Harry Hill reenactment of Stars in Their Eyes. Please tell me you have not watched it. Thank fuck. Do not.
Watched.
If you have, join me in the knowing that I feel your pain, and I'm aware that he's not going to be scrubbed from your brain anytime soon. It was that awful.
Oh dear.
Yes.
So anyway, we open with the main road exterior of the Phoenix Club. We've got young Kenny driving down the road on his scooter with a courier bag on the back.
Tiger face in full view.
There's an Oriental version of Mr. Sandman going on in the background as well.
Yeah, Chinese version of this. Mr. Sandman. Which is brilliant, might I add. Absolutely brilliant.
We see a group of people entering the club as we're cutting on the sign saying entertainment complex and Chinese restaurant. As Max welcomes them in.
Yeah. And the little tidbit here on you see two guys walking into the club straight after this bit. Two rather old fellas. They are on the committee for the actual club that they're filming in. And this is their little cameo. Which is revealed in the commentary. And throughout the commentary, you actually get told, "Oh, that's my mum, that's my auntie, that's my uncle." Because if you watch this episode, you notice they use a hell of a lot of extras. I'm not going to spoil what for right now, but apparently they did it to save money, so they didn't have to pay any extras. They just got family members involved. So all of the people in the club are related to any of the cast members.
To be fair, I'd like to have seen that meeting of like, can we use your club to film? Yeah, okay, but it's going to cost you. What's the cost? Want to be have a cameo in one episode?
Yeah. So what we're going to do, we're going to
small price to pay.
So what we're going to do is we're going to make your club look like it's burnt down. We're going to get a horse to shit in your cabaret suite.
We're going to fill it with smoke. We're going to kill a pensioner.
We're gonna chuck a chair through the window.
Yeah.
Let off fake guns.
Like a 20-foot cock and balls, man.
We're gonna rip out your whole club and turn it into a Chinese restaurant. God.
Yeah, we jump into the kitchen. We've got Ant and Dec busy cooking. Holy Mary's in a kimono on the phone taking orders as young Kenny enters. Holy Mary's
No, I was going to say Holy Mary's. She's taking bookings, and it's literally just a case of the book solid for the next 3 or 4 days. And then obviously there's an inquiry of if they've got any available bookings for Sunday. And Mary just goes, "Sunday? Oh no, love, nothing for Sunday. Sunday's a day of rest."
That was nearly spot on as well.
Yeah.
Then we cut to Jerry's office as Brian's counting last night's takings.
Yeah, just raking it
Jerry
in.
We're raking it in. Hand over fist, Jerry. Hand over fist.
Yeah.
As Jerry lets him know they've had the brewery on the phone, as they want to congratulate them on the success, and that they won't mind coming down because they have a proposition for them.
They said they'd come crawling back.
You said we didn't need the brewery. Yeah, but that's when we were on our arse.
Yeah, this is now we can think about it. With their money, we can expand, maybe even open a chain.
2 words, Jerry: investment.
We'll get them down, give them a good night. That'll never forget. We like the big guns, Jerry.
We find out what these big guns are later, and it's absolutely spectacular.
What have you got in mind? A big birthday bash. Why his birthday is it?
It'll be ours if we get that brewery money.
So we cut to the Banana Grove. We get a dilapidated palm tree in shot as young Kenny's putting a poster over a Banana Grove sign. With the stars in their eyes thing as he gets cut off by you hear a hey in the distance.
It should be noted that the poster that they've got set up, advertising an event for Banana Grove, it's got like a white sticker over the bottom half of it, just saying cancelled.
Yeah.
So obviously it's revealed once we get into Den Perry's office how the tides have changed.
Yeah, he's gone on his arse. I mean, they're implying that the reason why it's cancelled is everyone's going to the Phoenix Club. Sort of, it's implied. It's not actually strictly said, but it could,
Well, it's implied that everybody's going to the Golden Phoenix.
There you go. Yeah.
Sort of like the one shot that you have at the inside of the restaurant at the very start of the episode. That restaurant is absolutely packed. So
yeah,
it's sort of even though it's not outright said, it's like very heavily implied that that's where all the Banana Grove customers have gone.
Yeah, because of lack of interest, all the stuff's getting cancelled.
So we cut into Den Perry's office. He's sat reading the newspaper. We get a cut away of Brian and Jerry smiling and shaking hands with the headline of "The Golden Phoenix Still Rising." As Den Perry's there. This, have you seen it? Punters. That's what we're giving them. The future's bright. The future's Phoenix, which is an old throwback to the
orange advert.
The orange advert, which for any of our international listeners, Orange is now EE, which is Orange was an old phone network, which is the future's bright. The future's orange. That was.
I think Orange. Oh, yeah. I think Orange still exists in some markets. I think in France it's still going. I don't think it's very far now. I think it's the same group as EE, definitely.
Well, yeah, because you still got T-Mobile.
Yes.
Places, so I don't know if it's like a global thing or if EE is just like a UK thing, but
it depends on the market in the area. Like for example, Renault, the car manufacturer, they're sort of scaling back their car manufacturing and sales in the UK and replacing it with Dacia.
Right.
So it's like a budget brand. So it's sort of similar, sort of like, yeah, the brand's still available in other markets, but it's somewhere else here. Like, for example, Vauxhall in this country is just Opel everywhere else.
Yeah.
So it could just be something like that.
Yeah, so we get the future's Phoenix. Prick. He's ruining us all this Chinese restaurant crap. Nobody in last night, empty again tonight. As the crony who caught young Kenny walks in. So, have you seen this? As he hands in the poster.
Brian's Tiger or something like that.
Yeah. Said something like, I got it off Brian's Tiger. And we cut to the... cut to the poster which says Dougie Hayes presents Stars in Their Eyes Grand Birthday Bash. Along with proceeds go to a poorly boy.
Poorly boy.
At the Phoenix Club, 15 quid a ticket, includes Chinese starter.
Nice. Actually, not a bad deal, that.
I just caught that tiger outside the Potters putting them up outside. He said they got the brewery coming down. But what throws me here is the fact that Den Perry sees the poster within mere seconds. He's picking up the phone. I was like, did he?
Right. We'll
he's like, hold on. Has he just thought of his plan straight away of like, well, we'll shit him.
Because he's a twat.
So then as he covers the phone with his handkerchief, Dougie Hayes, please. Hello, Dougie. It's Jerry St. Clair here from Phoenix Club. Listen, Dougie, the Stars in the Rise now, the 21st. I'm going to have to pull it. We've only sold a ticket. Den Perry's got a big night on the Banana Grove. We can't. Yeah, he is a fat bastard. Yes, I understand that, Dougie. We'll pay. We'll pay for any inconvenience. And you. Okay, thanks, old son. Ciao.
Now that bit there that you've just recited is Paddy's favourite part of the episode. So he absolutely loves that line. Absolutely loves it.
He's fucking great as Ted Robbins. He's really great.
We take the piss out of him on the commentary as well, like obviously, because after this he gained sort of like his own show, didn't it? It was like car boot sort of like thing. It was a low budget David Dickinson for car booting, but he got his own show at the end of the day. You know, not many people can say, do you know what, my name's on the start, on the start, the on the show.
The marquee. Yeah.
The marquee, thank you. And yeah, they took the mick out of it for it. It was in a light-hearted way. It's like, sort of nice one. You've got your own show, but it's antiques.
To be fair, I always end up thinking back to, I was laughing on the train to myself the other week because I was randomly thinking back to that Peter Kay thing with Leonard, where he's in the paper shop and he's like that. Dad walks, you got any poppers? Like them over there, blow your tits off.
Yeah.
Okay, it's just the way you said it, just blow your tits off.
Yeah, one of the few good bits on that episode. But yeah, Ted Robbins.
So Den chuckles into himself as he opens his cigar box, noting he only has one cigar left, and just looks like he small cigars, boys.
Yeah.
As he takes his old stub and smoulders it through the newspaper picture of Brian and Jerry, and we get the opening credits.
Yay! It was quite a long sort of sequence, wasn't it, this time? I mean, last one, or one of them was really, really short. This one was actually probably one of the longer ones.
Yeah.
It seems shortish to me, to be fair, in how it's sort of quick it goes through it, because like we're at the Phoenix and it's like bang, 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 straight through to Den Perry.
Yeah, a lot went on.
Phone call, opening credits sort of thing. So
yeah, a lot went on. But yeah, it did. I didn't exactly time it. Maybe I should do. Bit late now on the last episode, like, but hey, well. But but yeah, it did seem time wise. It did seem to go on a bit further, a bit longer than the rest of the intros, but it did a lot went on. It managed to pack in a lot.
Yeah.
Well,
normally,
I think if you look back over like the past couple of episodes, I mean, obviously, last episode you had Brian with the midweek lottery when there's a power cut at his house. Then the episode beforehand was doing tours of the doing tours around like the Phoenix Club, and obviously sort of like the charred remains, I say in inverted commas. And I seem to remember at the time when we were doing the recordings, just saying that they seemed like quite, compact little intros.
Yeah.
Whereas I don't think this is like a particularly. It's not long, but it's just like there's quite a lot of context.
A lot goes on.
What's going to be going on through the episode. I think that's why it probably feels like a little bit longer than the previous two episodes.
Possibly. I mean, normally you get on these sort of like intros, you get one scene and it plays out, and then that is it. Whereas on this, you've got a few tight little scenes all stuck together. Like you've got what's going on at the Phoenix Club now, and that could have been the end of it. And then you start your opening credits, and then you cut to young Kenny putting the poster up.
Yeah,
that would have been a good way of doing it. But it's sort of like they've molded them together. Sort of like, yeah, we're going up, and this is how he's going to try and downfall it, sort of thing. So it sort of it works, and it does work either way. But it just for me, it seemed longer, but yeah, it gets a lot in. It's like £4 of bologna in a £2 bag.
I was chucking a pig's dig for the dog.
That's how much they put in.
So we cut to the Phoenix Club car park. It's daytime. There's a young Kenny painting a yellow line on the ground with his tongue sticking out, as we can hear Brian and Jerry talking. So it says we cut to them as they turn the corner, but then interestingly here in the script, it says Kenny Senior is pushing Brian. But of course, it's actually Jerry pushing Brian.
Yes. I think someone might have had the glasses off while watching this, while writing this up.
I have noticed, like, particularly with season 2, there's been like a couple of bits and bobs through sort of like, the old Phoenix Bible that AXC's got there that have been, as a little
slightly
bit off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's a bit of a strange one. Unless they've been edited out and changed, like the remastered versions of the original trilogy of Star Wars, where they've replaced Darth Vader.
I wonder if this was maybe the original where it's meant to like Kenny Senior's pushing Brian, but then they've probably done it because it's looking at the gap between the wall where they're sort of walking out from. It'd look a bit daft if there's like Kenny Senior pushing Brian, but then also Jerry's there as well, because it's a very sort of narrow gap to get through in sense of. So whether they did do it originally of, let's try it with Kenny Senior. Well, now let's just try Brian and Jerry. Oh, that works better. We'll put that one in, sort of thing.
Well, yeah, it depends on what draft of the what draft of the script that's been written from. To be fair, so. But yeah, it could be anything. It could actually be more. Well, it could be better actually that way because it's something different from what you actually see on screen. So
yeah, but so Jerry, as Jerry says, who are the brewery sending? Mark Brennan or somebody? Never heard of him. As Brian, don't care, Jerry. Just pull out all stops. Give him 5-star treatment. As he sees young Kenny painting the floor. Whoa! What's that? Surely saving parking space. I know what it is. What's that in his hand? It's your vase. It's you.
That's you. Get it up. Get it off now.
Do you hear me? I'm all over your fingers.
But it's funny, but you feel a little bit sorry for young Kenny because he's doing it because he goes, oh, you'll like this. He says you do feel a little bit sorry for him as well. It's like, oh, it's a nice thought, but yeah.
Reminds me of the debut episode. When the bloke comes in with sort of like the Phoenix Club like advertisements, and he just sort of like got the pop up Brian. It's like, who's that? That's you. Get it off now. Seems to be in like sort of similar vein, really.
Look at that, Brain Potter.
Brain.
Brain Potter on the front, Brain Potter on the back.
That's the Phoenix Club. That's not my club, son. Who's that? That's you. Oh dear. So Brian's suddenly distracted by a door closing and he see Max's motorhome in the car park and he's chucking a bucket of water with Paddy stood next to him. Let's forget. Oi, Petrocelli, are you shifting that thing or what? Got a full house tonight. You're taking up 3 parking spaces with that figure. I'm moving it. You've been saying that for 3 weeks. I'll start charging you council tax.
And then Max Max in the distance, but very much under his breath, just goes, miserable bastard.
Yeah. And there's a little tidbit, by the way, which may explain, if you know Road to Nowhere, why the camper vans are different.
Yeah, because you did mention, like, last time that the camper van that he drives out of the, obviously, the lot with was a Ford, but then when you get to Road to Nowhere, it's a Fiat.
It is a Fiat. The reason I think might be is when they were trying to get a camper van for the show, Peter apparently already had an idea in his head for a spin-off, which obviously involved Max and Paddy, and obviously it came to fruition. But they wanted a bigger camper van because they wanted it so it was separate rooms. They said the camper van was supposed to have a bedroom in it.
Right.
But if you're looking at the end of this episode where they do drive off, and you can say, look at that, you can see the back window. So they were saying that because he wanted a bigger camper van to help explain what happens in the spin-off.
Right, I see.
Because obviously the scenes in this, you can't really shoot much in a one-room camper van.
Mm.
So they want the bigger camper van so they can do more stuff, but they only could get the small camper van for Phoenix Nights, so that's why that's there, and the camper van's different for Road to Nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that explains it. Bits you wouldn't pick up unless you actually got the DVD and listened to the commentary.
Yes, I will take that sliding.
Fuck you.
Look at us, DVD elite.
I have one word for you, Paul. Shithouse.
What's that? Bloody shithouse. Oh God.
And then we're back on the main road outside Rice and Easy as Paddy stood eating a pie and chips, leaning on a bin.
Fucking Rice and Easy.
Rice and Easy.
As Paddy sees Paul, which is Paul's husband from episode 5, walking towards him, tanned with a Hawaiian shirt and evidently drunk. As he walks past Paddy, oblivious, as Paddy stares at him in shock. Max comes out the baker's with a paper bag. Says, got your custard
tard. Got you custard. Oh yeah, egg custard.
Yeah.
I don't believe it. What? He's back. Who's back? The husband. He's back. Which husband?
The husband
that we were. The one that we shot. He's back. He's back. He's supposed to be abroad.
But on the commentary as well, Paddy brought up, said this bit, in case you missed the last episode.
It's like, yeah, I'll buy the DVD. Let's go straight to episode 6. Like,
yeah.
So, as Paddy mentioned, he's just going to the bookies. So outside the bookies, they go to grab him, and they go to grab someone, and it ends up being the wrong bloke at first. Yeah. As Max is lynching towards him, and he's like, the guy just like oblivious, just like walks off, and then Paul comes out next.
You're right, lads.
Well, yeah, so, oh shit! All right, boys. Oh no!
Can I just explain? Can I just make a point, by the way, of how fucking 90s this scene is? Because you're looking outside, you see Paddy, he's there, and he's eating his pie with his fingers and what have you, and he has the most fucking stereotypical 90s outfit I've ever seen in my life. He's got like a full-on Adidas tracksuit, but not just any old tracksuit. Fucking popper bottoms. He has poppers on, and then they're waiting for him outside the bookies, and they've got them like coloured strips that hang down from the door that you never ever see anymore, and they was everywhere, especially on bookies in the late 90s. They were everywhere. They were there so you could open the door up fully and not get insects flying in. That was what they were for. You don't see that anymore. But it's like, oh my God, this is right. It's literally reminded me of my childhood. It's like, yeah, 90s. I had that tracksuit.
So then we cut to the Phoenix Club on the door as Max and Paddy stood there, stars in their eyes, sold out posters behind them. As we get a shot of two middle-aged women walking down into the club as Max welcomes them in. Evening, ladies, and Paddy just, nice legs, what time do they open? Just go, piss off. As Paddy said, oh yes, I'm in there. As Max is still sort of stood there just like oblivious to the world.
Yeah, shitting himself. Low-key shitting himself.
What's up with you? Things on my mind. Don't worry, he's gone. We put the frighteners on him. He won't be coming back. As we then hear, oi, as Paul, God. Well, Fanny, Paula, aka Fanny, turns up.
Yeah.
Oh shit! It's the wife.
Yeah, I had a little throwback here to that Peter Kay thing here. If you notice on the taxi that she gets in and out of, it's BS Taxis, who is also the manager of what's his name now? Jesus.
Mark
Park.
Fucking hell.
BS Taxis.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
There's also another throwback to that Peter Kay thing on the deleted scenes, which relates exactly to either this episode or episode 5. I'm not quite sure which.
Yes.
But I'm not going to spoil it until we cover it.
Oh, right, okay.
But I will mention it off air for us.
So, as Lewis just said, shit, it's his wife. leave this to me. You don't say a word. As well, if it isn't the hitman and her. All right, Fanny.
Don't you Fanny me.
I'll give you Fanny. He's alive, back from the bloody dead. Who? You bloody well know who. My husband. Well, he was dead when we left him.
Well, he's not now. Is it this bit where he goes, he's just kicked my back door in and asked what's for tea?
Yeah. I can explain. I don't want anything to explain. I want me £8,000 back.
Wait a minute.
£8,000?
You only paid me 1,000.
Looks like you bit both of us off, love. Where's it gone? I'll tell you where it's gone, Flower.
Wow.
Luxurious motorhome.
It's a fucking Ford Transit.
Shithole Ford Transit.
Yeah, Mark 2, no, Mark 3 maybe. I don't know.
Well, you better get it sold and quick, because I want it back. All of it. Now, hang on. A deal's a deal, love. £8 grand?
£8 grand?
They actually make Paddy do it on commentary, don't they? They make him say 8 grand.
It'll be when they make him do it on Top Gear. They'll have like one of the Top Gear challenges that he's on now, and they'll be like, oh, you got a budget of 8 grand just for there. 8 grand? What would be? How much did your car cost you? 8 grand. 8 grand.
Call it 4 grand.
Like, now you hang on. You listen to me. I came to you for help. You lied to me, but you took my money. Well, I've been to see some people tonight, some real villains, not 10-a-penny jokers like you two. And guess what? This time I'm going to get the job done much cheaper. Told you, killing him is not the answer, love. Who said if I'm not killing him?
Oh.
So she gets back in the taxi and drives away.
Yeah.
Max shouts after her. She walks back and flicks the V's to Max and Paddy as they watch her leave. Just as Paddy can say, 8 grand?
I was going to pay you more.
Oh, that comes later on, because first of all, we jump into the Golden Phoenix suite. There's a sign on the door saying Smithill's Brewery, private party.
Yeah.
Brian's at the bar with some brewery.
The actress. Sorry, mate.
Hey?
There's one little tidbit for the actress just to give her a bit of a big up and a bit of a, well done. Yeah. Apparently, she didn't get paid for that scene. She did. This one just done. Apparently, she came back and offered to do it for free because it was literally she had to come back for a little tiny bit of this episode just to do that bit. So she got paid for episode 5, but then she offered to do that little bit of episode 6 for nothing. So fair play to her.
Mm. So Brian stood there, sort of asking her if they admire the club, and is the wife? No. Oh, I see. Cat's away and all that. That's my fiance, Dawn.
I honestly thought
is it Dawn? Pleased to meet you.
See, I don't have any memory of this scene. When I was watching it, it was like, he's not going to be his daughter, is it? Surely. When he said his fiance, I was like, thank fuck.
It's kind of one of them. I'm guessing they possibly threw it in just for like an extra. Oh, like we need an extra scene. I was like, well, why don't we have Brian like introducing like the reps or whatever?
That if you did throw in like if it was his daughter and you threw that in, where does that conversation go there? Because it stops it dead. You know what I mean?
Well, it gets better because she's like, "Oh, is it Dawn? Pleased to meet you." And she's like, "Yeah, I'm Brian Potter. Is that what we done with the place?" Yeah, it's really nice. Mark told me about the fire. Oh yeah.
Oh,
talking about kicking the balls.
Oh, you wouldn't know about that, would you?
Or would you?
You wouldn't know about that, would you? I hope.
And you wouldn't be allowed to say that now.
Yeah, they laughed at me when I said I wanted to rebuild this place, but if you look through history, they've laughed at life's pioneers, So Walter Raleigh, bet they pissed themselves when he brought tobacco over. Look at him now, he's made a fortune on the fags and bikes.
That takes me back, because I can't remember whether it was me or my older brother, but we had like rally bikes when we were growing up. So
I couldn't even ride a bike when this was fucking filmed. So there you go.
I got a rally BMX, not a rally BMX. BMX was the other one. I had a rally Scorpio that I got for Christmas one year, and then it got nicked about 6 months later.
Oh. One thing I can say, I've never had a bike nicked. That's surprising in this fucking town.
So, but it was because we put them in the garage, then we didn't lock the garage, so someone literally went into the garage somehow. We didn't even hear the garage open. They went in, took the bikes, and just went.
Bastard.
Right. And I got another rally after that, which I can't remember. I can't remember what it was, but it was like a dark green. So that did me well. So
I've not had a bike for fucking like 5 years because the last one I had the tyre explode and I just chucked it in a fucking alleyway because it was a rust bucket anyway.
So back on the Phoenix Club main door with Max and Paddy. Let's get £8
grand.
I was going to give you some more, you know. Yeah, when I
got stuff sorted.
In time, I was going to give you some more. I just £8 grand.
He delivers that so fucking well, doesn't he?
So back in the Golden Phoenix, Sweet Dawn's chatting to Brian. What's that like? 20? Oh, it's Bootylicious. Bootylicious, love. Leeches. Spencer stood there. Lie cheese.
It's a pudding.
I know what it is, mouth. Okay.
This scene is extended and deleted, though, sadly, but we'll cover it.
So back on the main door, Paddy's. Do you think she's got someone to kill us? You know. Why not? She had us to kill someone, didn't she? £8 grand though. You just can't let it go. But back in the Phoenix suite, Mark's asking, so Stars and Rise, what have you got lined up for us then? This is Brian's got a mouthful of food. Oh, you're in for a treat tonight. These kids, they look and sound like the real thing. It's uncanny. I'll tell you something.
I was in the office earlier when they were practicing, and I had to shout through the doorways like, turn that radio down.
That's how good they are. You can't tell the difference. As Jerry comes over, Brian, yeah? Oh, this is Jerry St. Clair. Now licensee of my left foot. This is Mark Brewery. This is Mark Brennan Smithfield's Brewery, and Dawn is bit on the side. Brian, can I have a word? What? A word? I'll smooth in her, Jerry, if you don't mind. Hang on.
Just grabs him and wheels him away.
Wheels him away. It's not like it's show business and that sort of thing. There's what? Bloody hell, Jerry. I'm in there with Brewery. I'm in there. Drag pitch. What's happened? Listen. The actor stars in their eyes. They're not coming. They're what? They're not coming. What do you mean they're not coming? Well, you know they were coming. No, they're not. Don't you start getting sarcastic, Jerry. You phoned Dougie Hayes? Yes, he said I phoned up and cancelled the show.
You did what?
What did you do that for?
Well, I didn't. I haven't spoken to him for weeks. Someone must have rung him pretending to be me. And Alan gets his line. Who'd do that? Tell you who'd do that.
Do that. Den Perry. That's who you do that.
As I get a line from Leslie, what are we going to do now? And that's the end of part 1.
That flew when we watched it. Absolutely flew.
So, jumping back with part 2 in the Galaxy Lounge, it's packed out. We've got the reps and regulars in. We cut to Brian joining the rep and his wife at the back of the room.
Yeah. It's amazing to see sort of like it's quite good. I don't know. Would you say like storytelling? Because like you think back to like I'd say like episode 2 of series 1 when you only had like literally like 10 or so people in the Galaxy Lounge, and you look at it now on the very final episode, and it's absolutely packed to the rafters. You almost have like a sort of like a sense of, I don't know, just sort of like quite a warm feeling of just sort of like, God, look how far they've. Look at the success that they've.
This is the thing. It's like they're absolutely, sometimes they're absolutely fucking ridiculous, but you can tell just through all of them, to a man, to a woman, they're all grafters. They're all grafters, and have all got the club at heart. And first comes the club, and they're getting their just reward for it.
In fairness as well, we also go from having the likes of like Rave On with like his bloody rave set and that to bloody Spencer playing bloody snowman walking in the air.
No, 19.
Hanging. Oh, thanks.
But like, what is it? The walking in the air. It's like, listen to his high voice.
Walking in the air when he's actually flying.
So we got Jerry. Well, Jerry welcoming everyone in. I'm Jerry Sinclair, your host and compare the Phoenix Club. Welcoming you to Stars in Their Eyes. Apologies for the late start. As Brian and Mark are briefly chatting with everything all right, Brian? Yeah, why? Oh, late starting. Oh, you know the drill. The more they wait, the longer they'll stop. So then we cut back to Jerry with let's get tonight's show on the road with our first act singing tonight live. It's Lulu.
But it's like he pauses, he has to look down, and he's like, it's Lulu.
Holy Mary walks on stage in silence, so we get a few cutaways of the audience. Brian looking over worried as she's there, motioning, like mouthing at Jerry, like,
I can't do this. Can't do this.
Jerry, like,
she cuts in to jump.
It makes me want to shout. And then she's on one.
Pretty much.
Yeah. She's all over the stage.
She's completely out of time with Les and Alan, though.
Oh, absolutely. But she's, yeah.
Well, it starts off shit,
so
but then she's got the audience behind her by the end of it.
Yeah.
So.
Which is amazing, because, like, the amount of times I've, like, been on, like, pub crawls or whatever, and we come across a pub which does, like, fucking karaoke singing. And I don't care how much I've been freaking drinking throughout the day, I still cannot stand people who get up on karaoke and do not have a freaking single tune to them.
Yes.
I'm like, just sort of, bring me pints here. Go up the girl.
Yes. But yeah, it's that sort of entertainment, though, isn't it? You've got, like, for example, you've got the entertainment. For example, let's take singing, for example. You've got the singers that are fucking immaculate. They're amazing. And they're entertaining just for the talent alone and the awe that they give people because the talent's that good. And then you have the opposite end where they're entertaining because they're that shit. This is the way we're going here. But you're having a good time, not because they're great, because they're shit, and it's entertaining all the same, just as entertaining as the talented singer. And this is why it works. It's like, there's a line later on in the episode, which we won't come into just yet, where they talk about how good the show was. And it doesn't matter because the amount of enjoyment they were having on stage irradiates out to the audience, sort of thing. And that's what comes across in that scene. Straight away.
So, well, we cut to the Tony Knowles suite next, as we get Spencer and Kenny Senior looking for a hamper. As we get some brief lines from Kenny Senior tonight. He's barely in this episode.
No, he's not.
But,
yeah. Spencer's, I don't know where I can be. Just keep looking. There's got to be something in there. What do you think of this? As he pulls out a green wig and a cowboy hat. Spencer, who are you?
It's like luminous. It's like a luminous green wig and like a purple cowboy hat. And Spencer just goes, "Who are you supposed to be?" And Kenny Senior just goes, "I don't know.
I thought you'd tell me."
Says, yeah.
But we cut back to the Galaxy Lounge as Holly Mary is still singing Lulu as her confidence has grown. Les and Alan are still struggling to keep up with her. But then there's a very brief shot in the kitchen of Ant and Dec washing pots as one of them's there just flinging the bloody
flicking the brushes into the water. But
it's all like a 2 or 3 second clip, but it makes me piss myself every time.
It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant.
It's because you're picturing me in there, mate. That's why.
Oh god! But it's a nice scene as well because you can see like everyone's into it. She's having a fucking barrel up there. And, you know, to begin the show, she was like, you know, the rabbit in headlights.
Mm.
So at the end of the episode, end of the song, she's like proper into it. The crowd are into it. Staff are into it. Everyone's into it. Everyone's having a ball, even though she can't sing for shit. You know, it's a nice scene as well.
So she finishes, and then the audience and everyone's cheering and applauding.
Mm-hmm.
Then we cut to the Phoenix Club main doors as Paddy's asking, "Did you phone her? What'd she say?" Answer machine.
Voicemail. Did you leave a message? It's saying what? Please don't kill us.
Well, did her balls. I've been thinking, you know, maybe we could reason with him. Whoever's going to do it. I doubt it. Once they cut the target, they won't deviate. This type of beast only speaks one language, Patrick. Violence. As we get back in the Galaxy Lounge, we've got, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, singing live, it's Adam and the Ants.
Yeah.
So we hear the opening jumps as Prince Charming as the spotlight hits the stage. Ravon, Les and Alan come through the smoke dressed as a band as we cut to Brian singing along.
Yep. And I think Ravon, the guy that plays him, does a fucking cracking job at trying to have a go at this.
Dave Fitzpatrick. Is it Dave Fitzpatrick?
Neil Fitzpatrick, I think.
Neil Fitzpatrick. I'm thinking Dave Spikey.
Oh, Neil Fitzmaurice, even.
There you go.
Oh, Neil Fitzmaurice. There you go.
Yeah, I think he genuinely does a fucking cracking good go at this. It's not half bad at all.
Yeah.
It's not half bad at all.
Yeah.
For me, it's just a little bit of breathing Brian just there going.
He's doing that with his arms, crossing his arms.
So,
practically hand jiving.
So I'm back in the Tony Knowles suite. Spencer's searching through the hamper and he pulls out like this huge pair of like sequin covered boots.
He's like, oh yes.
Now you're talking.
Yeah. Oh, for fuck's sake.
As back in the Galaxy Lounge, we got a quick shot of Adam and the Ants still performing on stage. Then cut to Max coming out of the RV with his some baking trays.
Oh, I love it. I love this bit. The way when I said to you before, I said off air this and at the beginning of this episode, I think this episode is brilliantly written. It's got a certain flow to it that it's brilliant. It just gets better and better as the episode goes on, and you just see Max sort of creep into his van, getting the trays and creeping away, all while the beginning of I'm Slim Shady, will the real Slim Shady please stand up? He's playing, and it's sort of like, you ever seen them cartoons where someone's sort of like creeping about? Coxie knows what I'm on about here. And you've got the piano sort of like do 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 do, and you've got the beginning part of that song, and he's creeping away. It's just like he just fits perfectly. And then obviously you go from him sneaking around, giving Paddy and himself the tray, to straight after to the performance for what Jerry does. I just think it flows brilliantly and works for both.
What we should probably point out as well is that, like, it's the trays that Max has obviously brought out of his motorhome. One is like your traditional baking tray, which is just sort of like, you know, flat and everything. And the other thing, and the other tray that he gets, which is the one that he uses, is one that's like got little cupcake molds. What
you bake Yorkshire puddings in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a cake tray, isn't it, sort of thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it gives one to Paddy as he sticks one down the front of his jacket. Paddy asks, is it bulletproof? It's non-stick.
The bullets will just slide off it.
So, in the Galaxy Lounge, Jerry's on stage dressed as Eminem. Hockey mask, dungarees, head strimmer.
Well, I just love how he's trying to sing it and he can't. He's picked up on commentary. He's trying his best.
Yeah, it's like we were saying before we came on, though. I'm sure there's a bit where Peter Kay's like, you sound like you're having a stroke.
Yeah, it's on the commentary. Because he can't sing it. He sounds like he's having a stroke.
But it even says here in the notes of the script, says, cut to see confused pensioners standing up.
Yeah, they were as well. For the real Slim Shady, please stand up. And you got to the camera, which is like behind the stage, pointing towards the audience, sort of at an angle. And you just see like groups of people in the audience just standing up and then realising, shit, I shouldn't have stood up, and sitting straight back down.
Then we get a quick cut back into the Tony Knowles suite of young Kenny tightening up his scooter with some like spray paint and some like empty plastic bottles.
Oh, God. There's a brilliant thing on the deleted scenes with that bike. It's fucking brilliant. Which fits into the non-stick tray scene.
But back in the Galaxy Lounge, we've got Spencer as Gary Glitter. Huge boots and a suit covered in tinfoil. He's like a really bad wig on.
It looks like a 1950s space alien.
Singing "Do You Want to Be in My Gang?" He's having trouble in his boots. Evidently, I think a size too small for him, and they're not even on properly.
No.
So as he falls off, he actually loses balance and falls off stage, which everyone actually applauds.
Yeah, because everyone's like not into it at all.
Until he falls off stage, and then everyone just goes, "Ray!"
Yeah. Oh, God.
So then, back outside the club, Max is looking around as Paddy comes up behind with a brew.
Hey! It's like, don't make me jump.
What's that?
It's like,
cup of tea.
Cup of tea. Did you make it? Yeah. Did you leave the room? Oh, I went for a piss while kettle boiled. Piss while kettle was boiling, he just pours his brew out. It was like, whoa!
What are you doing, man? Could have been poisoned, man.
And then Paddy's just sort of like, yeah, fair enough, and just pours his cup out as well.
So Jerry's on stage with tonight singing live. It's Meatloaf.
Oh, for fuck!
We get the opening bat out of the health. The side doors open. The smoking light pours in. But then we literally jump straight outside the Phoenix Club as young Kenny drives the foyer on his scooter.
You got to keep your eyes Max is
like, yeah, you literally got to have eyes in the back of your head, and then just like in the background, inside the club, there's just sort of like young Kenny going past on his freaking scooter, and both Max and Paddy just sort of like look back. It's like,
what the fuck?
What?
So young Kenny drives his scooter onto the stage. We cut to Brian in shock. But when Mark and Dawn turn to him, he smiles as well. Young Kenny pulls out like a tea towel and fans himself down before he pulls out the lyrics and starts singing.
There's a thing about that. On the commentary. Peter Kay talks about how this came about, because he wasn't originally meant to have the lyrics, but he was struggling with the lyrics, remembering them. And then Peter Kay just said to him, right, we'll just go out there with the lyrics in your hand and just, we'll do it. And he wasn't supposed to still have them while he was filming, but they kept it anyway. So he was fumbling around with it. And not only that, he slurs his words because he's trying to sing and read at the same time. So he's legitimately reading the piece of paper. So he's slurring his words and he's going like, right. Something like that. So it was like, down tonight. It sounds really bad. But he's genuinely trying to sing it. But because he's trying to read and keep up with the music and sing, he's having a fucking mare, but it's brilliant.
So back outside, Max and Paddy trying to put the frighteners on each other. As Paddy asks, "What about Finchy? Give him a Burnley wallet."
Yeah, Burnley wallet.
Straps into the back of a Jag and drove him around the estate. His belt buckle caught in a grid. They only found his top half. Coughing with yay big.
Leave it, leave it.
Paddy their hands in pockets going, shut up, Patrick. Whatever they do, I hope it's quick. Then
But
back
like I
at the
say,
Galaxy Lounge, we got young Kenny still singing Meatloaf as we cut straight back outside.
Yeah.
With Max
Look
and
about
Paddy.
half hell, I'll be gone.
Well, Max, as Paddy asks, hey.
Well, Tommy Dick Fingers.
Not to be confused with Dr. Dick Fingers.
What about Tommy Dick Fingers? They found him in a wheelie bin. 2 snooker balls for eyes, which is another like amazing Max and Paddy like multiple outtake like thing that we'll get onto in a later episode. Tommy Dick Fingers.
Well, just for this bit, this bit's been on the outtakes for it have been on Facebook, and there's a bit that always weirds me out where he's like they're doing it. He's going, and Max is there going, it's like, oh, you're laughing, and he goes, right, we'll go again. And he goes, right, what about Tommy Dick Fingers? And then he doesn't just breaks character and just goes like Peter Kay laughs as Peter Kay rather than laughing as Max. And it's just really weird to hear Peter Kay's voice coming out of Max.
It is very jarring, to be fair. When you've been watching these episodes as long as we have done, and all of a sudden Peter Kay's voice comes out of Max, it's strange. Very strange.
Also, I like the one outtake of just sort of like Peter Kay, like out of character, going to Paddy. Make sure you emphasise the dick. And so in the next take, paddy-mcguinness does emphasise the dick in Dick Fingers, and it makes Peter Kay crack even more.
Yeah. Max is like not even looking at him, just like leave it. But back in the Galaxy Lounge, we're at Jerry on stage as George Michael singing "Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me." As Jerry introduces, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Elton John. Spotlight of Brian in the corner. He's drawn a finger so he's got a gap in his teeth. Big red glasses on over his own glasses. There's where is it?
It's like
it's not actually in the script, but there's a whole bit where like every time Brian sings like a line, Jerry copied. All right, shut your mouth.
Those romantic lines. All right, shut up.
But then back outside the Phoenix Club, we got Max. Oh, it's not fair, Paddy. If only I'd have met the right woman. Clearly met a woman.
A woman.
You know, I always wanted children. Little Maxine's running around.
It's all right. Don't worry. Daddy's here. Daddy's here. Max, come on, you get a grip, man. Get a grip.
Yeah, he's got him by the collar, hasn't he? He's shaking him, trying to bring him back round. To which point a Jaguar then pulls up.
Yeah.
A big posh Jaguar. And Paddy stops shaking and goes, Max, they're here.
Paddy runs off and he's, come here, give me an hug, you big soft shit house.
Bloody shit house.
So perfectly timed, because like obviously he's looking at the Jag. Paddy's fucked off out or whatever. It's literally like Brian. Max is there just going, oh Paddy, come here, give me a hug, you soft. And he immediately, as soon as he turns around and sees there's nobody there, he's just like, shit house.
Max then runs off and we cut back to the Jag as the cronies open the door for Den Perry. I'm looking forward to this. Let's go and see Brian Potter talking to himself. And then in the Galaxy Lounge, we cut back on stage. We get a spotlight on Brittany.
Oh, no.
We're back to the audience as we hear a few wolf whistles. As we hear the opening thing, and then They turned round. It turned out to be Kenny Senior.
In full Britney Spears outfit from "Hit Me Baby One More Time." If you've seen the music video, you know the outfit.
But it's more the reaction from one of the guys sat in the audience who like he's nudging his dad or his mate or something. You can read his lips where he's just going.
It's fucking hell. And him and his dad like grab a pint that's on the table that they're sat at, and they're just like,
fucking hell. Down.
Cut to Spencer at the start. He's still dressed as Gary Glitter as Ray Von stood there with Adam Ant. He just says to him, "That wasn't in the hamper."
And you just see Ray Von sort of like listening to what he said, and all of a sudden he goes, "What?" Sort of looks at him that dead quick, like, "What?"
Yeah, because like Ray Von's sort of like at this, it's like sort of like, oh yeah, this is going to be a good act, and then literally as soon as he hears that line off Spencer, his face just automatically drops. It's like, what?
What? But yeah, there was taking the piss on commentary as well, saying that he'd turn up to do the commentary in that outfit and say it was part of his own personal stash. He says it's very liberating.
Oh dear. But we jump to the Phoenix Club foyer / also the Galaxy Lounge. Den Perry's walking down the corridor with his cronies. "Hey lads, what do you call a show with no acts?" So he opens the door, like seeing it's full. Britney on stage even. Knocks his cronies out the way as he leaves.
There's a bit here as well, Coxie. I can't remember when it was, but it's like a performance that Jerry did. I think it was like in an episode in series 1. You know when they're performing "Smile" and like literally just sort of like gets to the chorus like "You've got to smile," and then in the background is Leslie just going "Smile,
Smile."
smile."
Oh shit! Yeah.
Smile.
There's a bit here where obviously like Kenny Senior is doing "Hit Me Baby One More Time," and there's the line of "My loneliness is killing me," and then he just cuts to a shot of Leslie in the back where he's on the drums just going
"Killing me."
"And I."
Oh yeah.
Oh, I know which bit you mean. It's the bit where he says "still believe." It's just something like "I still believe," and he just goes "still believe."
Still believe.
110% effort there, sir. Congratulations.
So we cut into Brian's office as Brian still dresses Elton John's counting money. As we just hear Den Perry off screen say, "Enjoy it while you can." Brian looks up startled as, "Perry, what do you want?" "Got some unfinished business, Brian." "You." As one of Den's cronies shuts the door quietly behind him, Brian's shouting, "Jerry! Jerry! Save your breath. They can't hear you. We're enjoying the show." "Yeah, lucky I've got a bloody show after the little stunt you pulled today." "Hey, cancelling the acts." "Very original, Perry. Not the same league as burning us down, though, is it?" Brian. "What am I going to do with you, eh? Or your tits off?" Nothing. Too late, Perry, we're back. Phoenix has risen. On the bloody block.
Is this the point where he's sort of like very like slyly moves the remote microphone up onto the counter?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's literally Den Perry says that bit. "What am I going to do with you?" And he's got the mic there and he sort of he moves it in front of him. But I don't think Den Perry realises it's actually on or what it is.
And he's putting the sort of like the phone, the money all in sort of like the safe because like obviously he's taking the precaution just in case they go to rob him.
Yeah.
So not like your club. I think it's gone on the shit pan. "Or you deserve, you fat pig." As one of Den Perry's heavies lunges at him. Whoa.
Get back. I'll headbutt your groin.
But it's also the little bit Brian throws in at the end after he says, "I'll headbutt your groin," and just goes, "Get you."
Yeah.
You're forgetting something, Brian. We've been here before. Do you remember last year, talent track? Everything hunky-dory, and then...
Apparently, it took him 10 minutes of constant filming to get that scene right. Just the lightest switch.
The
wouldn't mind. It's one of those push down ones. It's not one of those where you've just got to sort of like, try and get the wheel going.
It's an electric one where you just press the switch.
Yeah, it's amazing that it took them 10 minutes to, or unless they tried with the sort of like, the ones that you have to roll and then push down.
Probably did, yeah.
Because I've tried lighting one of those and they are fucking unbelievably a complete bastard to try and light.
Could be the fact that it could be the facial expression maybe wasn't what they were after as well, maybe. I don't know. It could be many things. Could be many things. Could just be the shit lighter and it was faulty.
True.
So, but we get Brian. No, you're making a big mistake, Denzel. The only mistake I made was setting fire to his place while you went inside it. Come on, boys. We're a coach tonight, Brian. I think you'll be warm enough. As he goes to exit and they go to walk towards the Galaxy Lounge for some reason rather than just like leaving. So Den opens the door of the Galaxy Lounge, walks in, as everything just stops and everyone's looking at him. We hear feedback and then Mike Bennett with Brian off screen. 1-2, 1-2. Do you get all that, Jerry? As Jerry's still on stage with Laz Alanos. He goes to leave, but the staff stop him. They're all still in costume. There's young Kenny. Yeah, young Kenny pushes Brian in, doesn't he?
Yeah.
All right, Perry. You got these radio mats at your club, eh? Tell you something, they pick up everything. Cost a few bob, but I think this one has paid for itself.
Which it did.
As Den Perry turns to the brewery rep and says, Mike, you don't think we would, eh? We're all mates. Me and Potter having a laugh. Having a laugh, eh?
I don't think so.
I knew. As we then cut to we're in the exterior of the Phoenix Club. We're in the car park with Max in his motorhome. He's sat in the driver's seat sweating, he's about to turn the ignition key.
Yeah, bang on the window.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Having an heart attack, you daft bastard.
To be fair, when I first watched this, I had to watch it several times. I was literally pissing myself laughing. I couldn't breathe because the fact he bangs the window, rolls down. You daft bastard! What are you doing? What are you doing?
Having a heart attack.
An heart attack. I'm lying low, getting out of bed till the heat's down. Well, hang on, I'm coming with you. What? $8 grand, remember?
Half this is mine.
So then we're back in the Galaxy Lounge as we see champagne getting opened as everyone cheers. As everyone's having a drink. As Alan asks, do you think we might have fooled the brewery, Brian? Did we, balls? They knew what we were up to straight away. They knew it was, but they loved it. Mark Brennan, he wanted Brittany's phone number. Oh, he's want to book me.
It sounded like book.
Close your legs, you little slut.
Yeah, he sat there sort of leaning back with his legs apart. And bearing in mind, he's still got the Britney outfit on.
Legs akimbo, as we like to say.
Did he say how much they're going to give us? He didn't, Jerry. No, he didn't specify. So he's going to come down tomorrow to discuss a deal. But at least then Perry's not going to get anything. As Les mentions, did you see him? He was crying when they put him in the back of the police van. Sobbing his eyes out, he was. Good, I'm glad.
Then doesn't Alan go and say, oh, that means you're in the clear, doesn't it?
No, Ravon, there's nothing, unless that's chucked in as extra. But it's Ravon saying, hey, you know what this means, Brian? Let's get your licence back now. You're in the clear.
Oh, it is Ravon, sorry. Yeah, not Alan. I thought it was Alan for some reason.
Oh, aye, bloody hell, I am, aren't I? I'm in the clear. See? God loves you, Brian.
It's a nice little throwback to the very first episode.
Yeah.
So as Brian's there thinking, no, I don't think I want my licence back. I think Jerry's done us proud. I think we should leave things the way they are, as they all say, aye. A toast to Jerry St. Clair, Phoenix licensee.
And he goes to stand up to give a speech, and he's like,
I'd
"Sit down,
just like to
Ian."
say a few words as I sit down.
So back outside the Phoenix Club car park, Max and Paddy sat in the motorhome about to start the ignition.
I love the fact that they're both clenched as if they're expecting it to be like a car bomb coming from the ignition. They're like literally like clenched in the seat, like waiting for the engine to take over, just like. And then obviously it starts.
So it starts, and then we just hear the alarm of.
Get back, you bastard.
You naughty bastard! I'll break your legs.
Right, off we go. As they're about to drive off, and then young Kenny's still outside. He's outside, still dressed as Meatloaf.
Yeah.
Come on, lads, come on, a drink. We're celebrating.
So, oi, Mandy Dingle.
Tell Potter we're off.
Off where?
Hey, who knows? But we don't know. But we'll know when we get there. So how will you know? We just will, all right. Yeah, but how will you know if you don't know where you're going? Just drive over it. I'm gonna.
Just drive over him, will you? Penguin, get out of the way.
Yeah. I'm gonna move, Penguin. I'll flatten you. So the motorhome pulls out the car park and drives off down the road, and that brings us to the end credits.
Yeah, the last end credits of the last episode.
But unfortunately, there's no audition.
There's no audition, which for some reason I thought there was one, but obviously not. But we do get an after credit scene somewhat of Max and Paddy's replacements.
Yeah, I didn't realise that there was a little after credit scene. I thought it was literally just the credits because I've never actually seen this before.
All right.
Whether it's just a case of sort of like the credits instantly roll and just sort of like, oh, okay, that's it, and then just switch the episode off. But I've never actually seen this little after credit scene.
All right. Did you not watch it?
No, I did.
Ah,
I
right.
did. In my watching, because this is the first time that I've seen this actual scene.
Ah, I'm with you. But yeah, we've got what affectionately known as Ant and Dec on the front. They're obviously speaking in Chinese, and they're sort of like, obviously, someone's they've either observed Max and Paddy and the way they've done things, even including the way they've dressed.
Yeah.
And they've got, like, obviously Max is supposed to be the older one of the two, and the older one of the two Chinese fellas is assuming Max's role. The younger lad's on the left-hand side stood where Paddy is, and two young ladies come past, and he literally does say, "Hi, ladies, what time do those legs open?" And then his manner is, so they walk off, they completely ignore him, and he's sort of like, they start talking in Chinese, and he's sort of like giggling and sort of like holding his hands out in gestures to say how big her boobs are. And I think that's it, isn't it?
That's the end of the episode, and that's the end of Phoenix Nights.
Yeah, end of Phoenix Nights season 2. Well, that was a fucking journey.
Yeah.
Wow, it doesn't seem like 2 minutes ago we actually started watching this.
Yeah.
That's 12 weeks. It's insane when you think about it.
Yes. Well, 24 by technicality, because we did it every 2 weeks.
True.
Plus the 7 episodes of that Peter Kay thing.
Yes. So yeah, we've been doing this since March, man. So it's this actual show, but I mean, like you said, we had. So we've done 18 episodes? Oh no, I can't even count. Yeah, 18 episodes. 18 episodes of that Peter Kay and Phoenix Nights. Oh no, 19. 19 because we have, yeah. Because we have
19.
Yeah, so we've done 19 episodes. But yeah, most of them have obviously been Phoenix Nights, and I've got to say, I have enjoyed every single fucking episode. I'm brutally honest with you, of Phoenix Nights. I said going into season 2, I was really looking forward to watching season 2 again, and so obviously analysing it and discussing it with you two. And I've got to say, it's lived up to the expectations and the. Well, I've had a fucking blast. That's all I'm gonna say. It's like it's. Oh, I've loved it. I've enjoyed talking about it. I mean, about a show which I feel is up there with the pinnacle of the British comedy scene. You know, you can put it up there with the likes of, you know, Only Fools and Horses, Fawlty Towers, Blackadder, you name it. Anything like British comedy-wise, it can hold its own. It'll hold its own. And a lot of the jokes still land now. A lot of them, obviously, you know, were told in a different time, which was acceptable. But even so, if you can...
partially the thing, I think I'm waiting eventually. If it ever does happen, where it's like Phoenix Nights is on Netflix or whatever, or on Amazon Prime, and then it'll be that thing of like a week after it's on, it'll be like the same thing of Fawlty Towers, where it's like people don't realize how racist and sexist like Phoenix Nights is or whatever sort of thing.
Well.
Like, well, you know, it was a different time back then.
Yeah, well, for seasons, this episode we just covered now might be fucked on Netflix just for the Gary Glitter reference, if anything. But like you say, there's a few other bits and bobs.
I don't know about that because, like, I mean, I'm partial to sort of like, well, sitcoms as a whole. I've been going through sort of like, you know, rewatches of Archer, which is a fucking amazing like animated adult comedy series. It's on Netflix at the moment. I'd definitely recommend that you check it out if you haven't already. But they've got like jokes about like, they've got like gay jokes, there's like sexist jokes, there's like there's even like sort of like a character, and they constantly make sort of like little barbs, like little jokes that he's like the clone of like Adolf Hitler. So I mean, and that's like broadcast on Netflix. I mean, I think it's literally just a case of people who are, you know, easily offended.
Yeah.
Just seem to sort of like pick and choose certain moments from certain shows, and they just decide to fucking, you know, have at it. And you know, the world we live in, they feel the world that we live in, they feel they have to freaking, you know, bend the knee just because like a small majority of people are sort of like offended by it. Whereas, you know, the most logical thing would be to, if you find like a certain show offensive, don't fucking watch it.
100% agreed. I can't.
I think it's that thing, especially nowadays, because stuff like Fawlty Towers and Only Fools and Horses and The Young Ones and Bottom is classified as like a must-watch, like British comedy classic sort of thing. But like you watch it nowadays, there's always something. There's something from that time period going to offend someone, sort of thing.
Yeah,
that hasn't aged well.
Yeah, like there's a bit in Only Fools and Horses, for example, which is the one where they make the bomb shelter.
I see. I'm not an expert on that. No,
I've only watched like a couple of clips here and there of Only Fools and Horses. I need to go and freaking watch it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's fucking brilliant. But I've never got around to actually watching them because there's that many episodes. So
72, I think. But yeah, so anyway, there's a bit in this episode. They build this bomb shelter, and they're sort of talking about what if there's a nuclear fallout or anything. And like, oh, we've only got this amount of supplies. And at one point in it, Del Boy actually says, "Oh, well, there's bound to be a packy shop open somewhere." But of course, that was in like 1983 or 1984, whatever he said that line originally was said. And nowadays, if you watch on like UK Gold or anything, I think even on DVD, it's that line's taken out.
It's probably bleeped at minimum, isn't it?
I think they've just cut it entirely.
Yeah, so they've Mickey James'd it. Yeah.
Which I can see them doing here, apart from like the first episode with the send the buggers back might get like a warning beforehand, maybe.
Yeah, but I mean this episode, if we're talking in general, it's the comment about the it's the trans joke, isn't it? That'll probably get caught.
Yeah.
On this one. And to be honest with you, it wouldn't take away from the episode, if I'm brutally honest. It's just highlighting how awkward Brian is in social interactions and talking to bigwigs. That's all he's doing. That's what it's emphasising, but you don't need to have that joke in there to emphasise that point. really.
No.
But yeah, getting back to the episode anyway, I think it's again one of the better episodes they did.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm wondering if they would have if he knew he wasn't going to do a spin off and just like I'm just going to do Phoenix Nights and that'd be it. If it would have finished differently, but
well, they did do a bit of a tease on the commentary saying we'll season 3 of Phoenix Nights. We'll never know. So sort of left it open ended, but he wrote this series with the idea of a potential spin off happening.
Yeah,
because I think the only way they would be able to end that series, if they weren't wanting to do the spin off, was actually have Max and Paddy as the last scene and the fucking camper van exploding.
Yeah, true.
I think that would be a fantastic way to end it. But yeah, obviously the spin off happened, and yeah, we'll get to that when we get to it.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, season 2, brilliant. And the writing on this episode was fucking amazing, I have to say. Because everything, especially after the second half, everything just flowed. Like ebbed and flowed. Like one thing naturally led into the other, which led back to Max and Paddy, which the events of what happened to Max and Paddy led back to Stars in Your Eyes. And it kept going that way, and it just led nicely. They were sort of like related to each other, the way they worked. It was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Perfect case in point was the Slim Shady thing, I thought, with Max sneaking about. And then you had like the bat out of hell where Max is obviously hearing all this shit from Paddy. He's thinking, shit, I need to get away from here. I need to lie low. And you can see it in his face. He's like, I need to run away. He's like, I'm going to be a bat out of hell here in my camper van. So, hey, it's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
So, well, thinking back, do we have any do you guys have any season 2 highlights, I guess, if anything?
For me, it's always going to be episode 2 because so much happened in that episode with the family fun day. It's fucking amazing. But you've also got the Max and Paddy's trip to fucking France as well in that episode. Yeah. You've got, obviously, it's a 10-foot cock and balls, man. And so many other things that happened and got quotes in that episode.
Stick a woolly on it, so it's you.
Exactly. You've got shout out for episode 4 for the pub quiz. Really enjoyed that episode.
That's my... I understand the love for episode 2. But my personal highlight from the series just was the quiz night, just because there's so many I suffer from pyrophobia. What am I afraid of? And Max and Paddy's instant answer is pirates.
Pirates, yeah.
And then obviously you've got Kenny Senior on the phone to his mum, just sort of going, "Yeah, I realise it's been a while. It's yeah. I'm sorry I missed the funeral. It's no, don't cry. Hey, listen, what's pyrophobia a fear of?" And then obviously sort of take my breath away, Max and Paddy interpreting that as walking on the moon.
Yes.
And then you've got sort of Jerry descending into a drunken mess, or a drugged mess, I should say. It's like, catch the moon, pull it down, catch the moon, pull it down. It was a highlight.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that was my personal highlight of season 2. But I realised I missed the first 2 episodes of it, and obviously I went back and watched them, and there's hardly been a foot put wrong. I think probably the only weak bit was obviously episode 5, but
yeah,
I can see that as being sort of a setup of what they were doing in obviously the spin-off series. So
yeah.
It works. It does work in an aspect.
What I would do is watch 5 and 6 back to back because they work well together. Mm-hmm. Essentially one big episode, really.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. In that respect, if I was going to give marks, I would mark episode 5 and 6 together higher for the first half, which would be episode 5. as it is, it's essentially like if you're a wrestling fan, it's the go-home show before a pay-per-view, which sets up everything that happens on the pay-per-view, and you get your outcomes on the pay-per-view. So essentially, that's what I feel is what that's like. But yeah, there's no bad episodes per se. There's just episodes that are fucking legendary and ones that are great.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm brutally honest with you.
I'm just thinking about now. There's two parts that have stood out to me so far, and they're partially in bloody thingy because of the roses are red, violets are blue.
Oh yeah.
Poem videos. Have you seen that one of? Can someone tell me why I've got a bike on the wall? There's that, and there's also, it's going back to the quiz one. It's the fact that there's like young Kenny Senior and Spencer playing as a quiz team. Obviously, they're like part of the staff at the Phoenix Club. When they do it, you didn't call us out. Like, young Kenny Senior, and Spencer. Is that you? Obviously, you fucking work with them. How do you not know who they are?
Oh no.
There's also some of these lines like Max there, or like this line, like this one where he's like, "Shit house." Well, like the whole bang on the window. You daft bastard.
trying to win a lifetime supply of log. Oh!
Which we also, I think I mentioned it now, we factored that line into a short film I did when I was working at the Odeon.
Yeah. Yeah, you enjoyed. Yeah. But that's like I say, I've just been thinking like amount of times we've been quoting this, and I've always said that one of the best like things like movies or TV programs that is quotable in British TV or film has always been Shaun of the Dead. That is one of the most quotable films of all time, I feel.
Yeah.
And this tops it by a fucking mile. By a mile. And that takes some doing, because there's so many things you can reel off that... the Cornetto trilogy in general, if I'm honest, but this beats it. This beats it. So... yeah, I loved every second of this. I implore people to go out there, not just go on Dailymotion and watch the episodes, which is perfectly acceptable, might I add. But you miss out so much not getting these DVDs. You really, really need to get your hands on these DVDs and watch them.
I need to find someone who's got the double box set to find out if they actually do send like finger not young Kenny, Spencer. If they blur him or not.
I'll have to look it up.
I'm curious about.
I will do some research and I'll tell you on the next episode when will that will be. So, yeah, final thoughts. I would say. Would you say?
Final thoughts. Yeah, great season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't really sum it up any better.
Program.
You have to watch it. It's like if you're going to compare it to like some sort of curriculum at school, it's one of the core subjects of comedy in this country. It really is. You don't have an option. You have to take it. You have to watch this series, at least season 2. I would definitely do season 1 as well, and do them in order, and don't do them like I did first time. Watch season 2 first. Because I did not know season 1 existed, so. But yeah, I'm glad I gave it. I've actually watched it and then watched them in order, and it was so much better. So watch season 1, then season 2, and then go and watch them again with commentary on. So yeah, do it. Do it now. Music Magpie, dirt cheap. Do it.
Is Phoenix Nights cheap on Music Magpie?
Yes, it is.
Oh,
You're probably talking. You can get both season 1 and season 2 for probably less than a £5 delivered. So.
Well, I ordered it for my mum's partner, and I believe it set me back 16 quid.
Jeez. Well, Music
But
Magpie.
yeah.
Wow.
But that's the combination box set. I think if you wanted to do it like season by season, it's like 9 quid. 9 quid a season, I think.
Yeah.
So it works out cheaper just getting sort of like the comboed box set.
Right. So I don't know what I've been looking at then.
Which says something when it's still like that kind of price.
Oh yeah,
At
there
least
is
to me,
that as well.
anyway.
There is that. But yeah, you get your mitts on it any way you can. Because you're going to get so much enjoyment out of it.
Yeah.
So much enjoyment out of it.
Because as you say, you don't just get like the episodes, you don't just get the commentary with them. You get like you get loads of extras, outtakes, deleted scenes, and probably like loads behind the scenes stuff as well.
I know there's Easter eggs on there. Just finding them. So I know where one is. So yeah.
Phoenix Nights.
Phoenix Nights, yes, go and do it.
Phoenix Nights.
But now we've finished Phoenix Nights, so what are we going to do next?
That is the question.
This is the question. Now, we have another series that we could cover. Or we've got the extras.
I think it would be worth like doing the extras, you know, sort of like doing an episode worth of like deleted scenes and outtakes.
Yeah, because
it would be a nice like bridging of the gap between like the series that we've just finished and then obviously the series that we're looking at doing next.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do season 2, and then we've got season 1, and we've got that Peter Kay thing as well, because there's plenty of extras on that.
But we'll have to see what Santa brings as Christmas is approaching.
It is.
Yeah,
because it's coming. It's very quickly becoming Baby Jesus' birthday, and yeah, we need to
Sweet Baby Jesus and the orphans.
Exactly. We need to do something for the orphans as well as Baby Jesus. So. Yeah, so we'll have to come up with plans. It'll be a surprise.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So, but whilst we ponder anyway, let's do some plugs.
We shall. Yes, you can find me on the UK RAD podcast when I get round to recording one. You can find us on all the good podcast catchers out there, such as Spotify, Spreaker, Apple Music, you name it, we're on there. Stitcher, I think, still. Anyway, you can find podcasts, you probably find us. We're on Twitter at UKRAD Podcast. We have a YouTube channel with our back catalogue on there. And you can find us on Facebook as well. You can also find my alter ego, Steve, from the Gunpowder, Treason, No Plot podcast on Twitter at SteveAOTGTMP. And yeah, just give Gunpowder, Treason, No Plot a follow as well, because our good friend Bunkle is on there. So give them some love too. And yeah, I think that's me.
Mm-hmm. Well, you can follow me on Facebook.
You probably can, but you won't get accepted.
Yeah,
you sound like a certain wrestling fan there.
He hasn't got enough chains on, so when he does his plugs and stuff, he doesn't rattle. So
you can follow me on Twitter at Loggers109, where I literally just debate anything from professional wrestling to American football, gaming to professional wrestling. Whatever it is, I've pretty much got it covered. So come, follow, talk to me, debate, whatever. And also make sure that you follow my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Loggers109. I've been slacking off recently. I really need to get back into the habit of like doing a little bit more streaming wise. But yeah, come see me game and pretty much make an ass of myself.
I don't need an audience to do that. I just make my ass of myself on a daily basis. But yes, I can say his Twitch stuff is very, very good. So I implore again, maybe watch Phoenix Nights at the same time as watching Loggers. Do it at the same time.
I'm not even going to try and work out the logistics of that, but anyway. You can find
DVD on the telly, Twitch on your phone. Job done.
Shithouse. You can find the Lost Art of Podcasting on Facebook or on Twitter at Lost Art Podcast. We're also on Spreaker, Stitcher, Spotify, Apple Podcasts.
Everywhere.
Name it, we're on it. You can also find our sister pod, The Lost Art of Wrestling, on Facebook or on Twitter at LAOW Podcast. They're on all the same providers, Spotify, Spreaker, Apple Podcasts, etc. And of course, you can find all the Phoenix Pod stuff through the Lost Art stuff, because I'm not selling anything separate. But yeah, so give us a like, give us a follow, tweet us, Instagram us, whatever.
Give us some suggestions of what you want us to cover, because we're pretty open right now.
Well, I've got a couple of ideas what we could possibly do, but it wouldn't really fall into line with us being called the Phoenix Pod. But obviously, that's something that we can chat about off air.
We can talk and discuss.
Cool. Well, for the Phoenix Pod, I've been AXC.
I've been allegedly stupid and allegedly sexy. No, definitely stupid, allegedly sexy.
And I've been stowing away, which in the current pandemic that we're in is an achievement in itself.
It's a useful skill to have.
And all that's left to say is next.
Shithouse.
Is that it? Yeah, that's everything. Right then, fuck off.